Time for 7 First Alert weather.
Now, I posted this pictograph explainer to my Instagram account yesterday and Facebook as well, because I think that there have been a lot of people, they've been messaging me and saying, hey, I just moved here. What is happening? This is not what I expected. Yes, very typical for us here in southern Idaho, valley locations through this time of year, especially in January and sometimes into February as well, though I'm hoping that the conditions will break down at least through the first half of February. So fingers crossed on that. I know I keep doing that, but I'm hopeful. How about that? What is an inversion? It is an inverted or upside down atmosphere where you typically would see the temperature decrease as you move up in the atmosphere. Right now, we have a mild or warm layer of air that's upstairs in the atmosphere, and it acts a little bit like a Tupperware lid on the cool, dense air that tends to just stay stagnant in valley locations. And it has a lot to do with our topography. We're surrounded by all of these mountain areas, and the Snake River Plain kind of acts as a bowl. The cold air drains in overnight into the early morning hours into the valley locations. Because it's so dense and because we have high pressure above us, it's just going to stay put. And a lot of times you'll see worsening air quality. You'll see times of flurries and times of patchy, locally dense fog as well. And all of these conditions we've seen through the last several days. We did get a little bit of relief at the end of last week with a little bit of snow that made its way through. And my hope is that that's kind of happening with a weakening of the inversion overnight tonight to give us a little bit of sun tomorrow. So you see this weak shortwave that's going to make its way through. It's already bringing some scattered or widely spread snow showers to parts of the west central mountains. Midvale, Cambridge just moved through there, Sweet into Horseshoe Bend. You may see some quick snow showers that then wrap up, and even some flurries down through parts of the Treasure Valley, though it won't amount to too much. I do think, though, there's potential for some light accumulations of snow as you get into the Magic Valley. Overnight tonight, it's falling around midnight, and then it wraps up into the early hours of tomorrow morning. But because that weak wave is moving through, it's going to act a little bit like a spoon, kind of mix things up a little bit, and we may be able to break apart that stratus cover tomorrow through the Treasure Valley, maybe break out a little bit of sunshine in the valley as well. So again, fingers crossed on that. I guess I sound like a broken record with the weather forecast and also with the hopeful nature that the weather forecast will change from time to time. So the snow potential, Sun Valley, Haley, down through the Magic Valley into eastern Idaho, that's all the areas that are actually expecting anything in the way of accumulation. Maybe a dusting up through the west central parts of the central mountains. But then we have to run the clock all the way out to the beginning of February to see anything else that's showing up on these forecast models. Every once in a while, we may get a weak shortwave that moves through. It weakens the inversion a touch, but ultimately, this is the pattern that we have in store for us through the rest of January, and we have to wait to turn the page to February to start to see some more significant changes. I don't see a warm-up in our future, but maybe more snow, and that is good news for our snowpack. So here is the timeline for tomorrow. More of the same, but again, hopeful for some sunshine and the 7-day forecast. It looks like I didn't even change it, but here's that slight chance for getting some snow showers and some more significant changes in here as we kick off the month of February. And if looking at the 7-day forecast kind of just has you feeling down because you're thinking that's just too long to wait for some changes, let's look ahead to some other changes on the way for us. 9 days to Groundhog's Day, 3 weeks to Valentine's Day, and 55 days until spring officially begins, Morgan. So time moves forward in a linear fashion. This I am certain of, and spring will eventually come.
I like that you have those little nuggets for us to hang on to, but when you first started your forecast, you said all the new people saying, this isn't what I signed up for. But it's important to note, even heading into February, we see a lot of inversions in our area too.
Yep, and sometimes it can be really beautiful, especially if you can get above it.
Yes.
Sometimes we get the hoarfrost to form as well.
Yeah.
So there are some good things about it as well.
There are. All right, Bree, thank you. Still to come in